Hey, I'm golf broadcaster Matt Adams. The updated and expanded second edition of my book, The Golf Round I'll Never Forget, Golf's Biggest Stars Recall Their Finest Moments, is now available. Readers can expect to march with Arnie's Army at the 1960 U.S. Open, relive Jack Nicklaus's remarkable 1986 Masters win, and be amazed by the Tiger Slam. The Golf Round I'll Never Forget, Golf's Biggest Stars Recall Their Finest Moments. Pick it up where fine books sold, including BarnesandNoble.com and Amazon.com.
Thrive Suite Productions. It's February 5th, and on this day in 2017, it was the greatest comeback in Super Bowl history. It was Super Bowl 51, held that year in Houston, and featuring the four-time Super Bowl champion New England Patriots and the Atlanta Falcons. After a scoreless first quarter, the Falcons got on the board first with a Devontae Freeman touchdown run. On the next possession, Falcons QB Matt Ryan found tight end Austin Hooper for a 19-yard strike and a 14-0 lead. On the ensuing Patriots possession, Falcons defensive back Robert Alford jumped a route and intercepted a Tom Brady pass, taking it 83 yards for a pick six and a 21-0 lead. New England would scratch for a field goal later in the quarter, but the Falcons led 21-3 at the half. In the third, the Falcons piled on some more points, putting together an 85-yard drive that resulted in a Devin Coleman catch for a touchdown, and the Falcons were in control 28-3 and ready to put their hands on their first ever Super Bowl trophy. But down 25, late in the third quarter, Brady and the Patriots put their extensive experience in the Super Bowl to good use. First, it was a Brady to James White touchdown pass and catch late in the third, but a Steven Gostkowski miss on the extra point left the game at 28-9. After a Patriots field goal made it 28-12 in the fourth, Ryan was sacked and he fumbled, giving the ball back to New England. It was the first Ryan turnover in more than 2 months. He had not thrown a pick or lost a fumble since throwing an interception against the Kansas City Chiefs in Week 13 of the regular season back on December 5th. Poor timing for sure, and the Pats took advantage of the short field with Brady connecting with Danny Amendola for the score, and the Pats went for two, and they made it an 8-point game. On the next Falcons drive, they failed to come up with any points that would have probably closed the deal on the Super Bowl. But they punted it back to New England, who started their drive with 3 minutes, 30 seconds to play in regulation, needing to go 91 yards for the touchdown and also convert another 2-point conversion. And of course, that's what they did. The drive was spectacular in itself, but it was highlighted by an amazing catch by Julian Edelman on a tipped ball that he secured amazingly an inch off the ground. It was truly one of the greatest catches in Super Bowl or even NFL history. Now, with a minute on the clock, White scored his second touchdown of the game to pull the Patriots within 2. But again, they had to convert their second 2-point conversion. And they did it, with Brady hitting Amendola on the 2, and he scored by the nose of the football to tie the game at 28 with 57 seconds left. The Patriots had erased a 25-point deficit in less than 23 minutes of game time to force the first overtime for the first and only time in Super Bowl history. The Patriots won the coin toss and elected to take the ball. The Falcons would never touch it again. Brady marched the Pats down the field, aided by a pass interference call by the Falcons at the 1. Running back James White scored 2 plays later for his third TD of the game to give Bill Belichick, Brady, and the Patriots their 5th Super Bowl trophy. It was the largest deficit overcome in a Super Bowl. The closest thing to it are several 10-point come-from-behind wins. And it's why the win for the Patriots on this day makes it the greatest Super Bowl of them all. Also on this day, in 2009, Tennessee women's basketball coach Pat Summitt and her Lady Vols beat Georgia 73-43 to win her 1,000th game, becoming the first Division I coach, men or women, to win 1,000 games in a career. In 1960, Bill Russell grabbed 51 rebounds against the Syracuse Nationals in a 124-100 win. It was the first time in NBA history a player had ever grabbed more than 50 boards in a game. And in 1943, Jake LaMotta beat Sugar Ray Robinson in a unanimous decision. It was the second of 6 meetings and the only one that LaMotta happened to win. That's all for today. More tomorrow on This Day in Sports History.
Hey there, sports history fan. This is Arnie Chapman, a.k.a. the Football History Dude, and I hope that you enjoyed this recent episode presented by the Sports History Network and were able to learn some good old-fashioned sports history knowledge nuggets. I started the Sports History Network back in 2020 with the mission to help podcasters find a community of like-minded sports history nerds, as well as helping aspiring podcasters to start their own shows. We have a little bit over 30 shows on the network right now covering all sorts of sports history, but as far as I'm concerned, we're just at the toothpick in the ocean moment, that can't even figure it out because there's so much more coming. We wanted to create the ultimate headquarters for sports yesteryear, starting with Podcast Network and our website, but we're going to continue to move into other mediums as well. And here's the cool part, because we want you to be part of our team. So if you're interested in starting your own podcast, or maybe being a guest on one of our shows, or who knows, maybe even writing an article for us over on the website. Seriously, all you gotta do is reach out to us on the contact page over at sportshistorynetwork.com. You can be as technologically savvy as a Neanderthal tapping on a stone trying to figure out this whole hieroglyphics thing back in the day. Again, it doesn't matter, because even if you don't understand the whole podcast space, we have a production team that can pretty much help you out with doing everything. All you gotta do, head over to sportshistorynetwork.com, head to the contact page, fill it out. That message goes right to me, and I'll reach out to you as soon as I can. But for now, dude, I'm through if you're through.